It's 2 a.m. The document is titled, Ideas Do Not Share. There are 14 bullet points. Number 7 has a star next to it. You've read it 11 times tonight. You close the laptop. You open it again. You think this could change everything. You are not wrong. You just don't know yet what everything costs. You own 100% of something worth nothing. That is the purest you will ever be in this. No investors, no board, no cap table, no one telling you the TAM is too small or the timing is off. Just you, a note on your phone, and a problem that won't leave you alone. 10 million startups are born every year. Most die here not from failure, from hesitation. You don't hesitate. You call your co-founder at 7 a.m. He picks up on the second ring. You explain the idea in 4 minutes. He says yes before you finish. You don't ask why he said yes so fast. You should have. That question will cost you 3 years and a lawsuit to answer. But right now, none of that exists. Right now, there is only the idea, the energy, and the terrifying freedom of owning everything before anything is real. The first rule: this is the only moment you will ever be fully in control. Every decision after this is a negotiation with someone who owns a piece of you. Spend it wisely. You are building in a rented office that smells like someone else's ambition. 3 people, 2 laptops, 1 shared Google Doc titled MVP V1 Final 3. Nobody is taking a salary. You tell yourself that's temporary. You are almost right. Dropbox's first product was a video. No code, no app, just a 3-minute screencast of what the product would do if it existed. 5,000 people signed up overnight. The product didn't exist. That is the job at this level, not to build the thing, to build enough evidence that the thing is worth building. You ship your MVP in 11 weeks. Your first user signs up on a Tuesday afternoon. You are standing alone in the office when it happens. You refresh the dashboard 17 times. Then your first user cancels. 3 weeks later, no explanation. You spend 4 days trying to understand why. You never fully find out. Your co-founder sits across from you. He has been running the product side. You've been running the business side. The line between those two things has been getting blurry. He thinks the product needs 1 more month. You think it needs to ship now. Neither of you says it out loud. You order food. You talk about other things. The line gets blurrier. You don't model that cost. Nobody asks you to. You ship anyway. The second rule: at this level, every day you don't ship is a day your runway gets shorter. Speed is not a choice. It's a survival mechanism. You are sitting across from your first angel investor. He has a coffee he hasn't touched. You have a pitch deck you've rehearsed 43 times. He asks 3 questions. None of them are in the deck. He writes a check for $600,000. Then he asks for a board seat. You say yes. You haven't read what that means yet. The average seed round raises $1.5 million at a $6 million pre-money valuation. You give up 20.5% of your company. The first real piece. You walk out of that meeting feeling like you won something. You did. You also gave something away you will never get back. Now there is someone in the room with structural power over the thing you built in a rented office at 2 a.m. He doesn't know what the product does. He knows what his return multiple needs to be. Those 2 things will eventually be in conflict. You don't know that yet. You spend the check on engineers. 3 engineers become 7. 7 become 12. You are no longer writing code. You are managing people who write code. Something quiet shifts. You don't name it. It happens on a random Wednesday. No announcement, no alarm, just a number on a dashboard that doesn't look like the other numbers. Retention, week 4 retention, it's holding. You stare at it for a long time. This is the moment every founder chases and most never find. Product market fit is not a feeling, it's a signal. Users coming back on their own, not because you emailed them, not because you discounted, because the product solved something real. Your 1,000th user signs up at 11:47 p.m. The office is empty. You sit at your desk alone. Nobody is there to see it. That is the thing they don't tell you about the best moments in a startup. Most of them happen when nobody is watching. He messages you at midnight, not about the product, about equity. He thinks the split should be revisited given how the roles have evolved. You read the message 3 times. You put your phone face down. You stare at the ceiling for a long time. You respond in the morning, professionally, carefully. The company is growing. The relationship is not. The third rule: product market fit is not the finish line. It is the starting gun for everything that is actually hard. The term sheet arrives on a Thursday. $18 million, $19.05% dilution, 2 board seats. You sign it. Your founding team now owns 56% of the company combined. You feel rich. You are not rich. You are on paper. The late investor takes his first board seat. In the first meeting, he asks why your growth rate is 11% month over month instead of 15. You built this company. He has been in it for 9 days. You answer calmly. You explain the cohort data, the seasonal adjustment, the product roadmap that addresses exactly this. He nods. He is already thinking about the next question. This is the dynamic now. You raise capital from people who have a fiduciary duty to their LPs that supersedes their belief in. They believed in you enough to write the check. They will vote to replace you if the numbers require it. That is not personal. That is the machine you invited into the room. You now have 40 employees. You stopped knowing everyone's name around employee 31. That bothered you for a week. Then you had a board meeting. Then you forgot about it. $34 million. You are scaling now. New markets, new hires, new everything. You hire a COO, someone to run the machine you built. His first week he changes 3 things you designed: the hiring process, the sprint structure, the way decisions get made. He is right about all 3. That is the unbearable part. You built this system from nothing. He walked in and improved it in 5 days. You smile in the all hands. You process it alone at 11 p.m. Your founding team now owns less than 45% of the company. You are no longer a majority owner of the thing you built at 2 a.m. with a starred bullet point and a borrowed idea. 53% of founders at this stage report burnout. You understand that statistic now in a way you didn't before. It's not about hours. You've always worked long hours. It's about the specific exhaustion of making high-stakes decisions in a fog of competing pressures. Investors wanting growth, employees wanting stability, customers wanting the product to be better, and somewhere underneath all of it, the version of you that just wanted to build something real. You haven't spoken to your co-founder properly in 4 months. The lawyers have. The split is formal now. His name is still in the founding documents. His equity is still vesting, but he is not here. You don't tell anyone. You write his name in the all-hands deck. You present it to 80 people who never met him. 65% of high-potential startups fail from co-founder conflict. You are in that statistic. You are also still standing. $52 million. The language changes at this level. You stop saying we're building something meaningful. You start saying unit economics and CAC to LTV ratio and path to profitability. The words are correct. They just don't sound like you anymore. Your board needs EBITDA improvement before the next round. You build the model. You find the 15%. It is 34 people. You don't call it layoffs in the all hands. You call it restructuring. You write the email yourself. You use the word difficult twice and opportunity once. You press send. You close the laptop. You sit very still for a moment. A journalist calls you the following week. He uses the word visionary. You stare at the word for a long time. You think about the 34 people. You close the article. The 4th rule, at Series C, you are no longer optimizing for what you built. You are optimizing for what it can become on a cap table. Those 2 things are not always the same thing. The notification comes on a Tuesday morning. No fanfare, no bell ringing, just a number in a Slack message from your CFO. Post-money valuation, $1.04 billion. You are a unicorn. You read it 3 times. You forward it to 2 people. Then you go back to your 9 a.m. This is what they don't tell you about the billion-dollar moment. It feels quieter than the 1,000th user. It feels smaller than the day you shipped the MVP. It feels like a number. You started with 100% of an idea. You now own 17% of $1 billion. On paper, that is $170 million. In reality, it is a liquid, locked up, subject to liquidation preferences, and 3 years from any kind of exit. The press calls you a visionary founder. Your actual founder stake is 17%. You have not slept more than 6 hours continuously in 4 years. Your co-founder dispute settled out of court 14 months ago. Your first VP of engineering left 6 months back for a competitor. You have 340 employees. You know perhaps 40 of them by name. You have a family. You love them with whatever the calendar allows. You are not unhappy. You are not happy. Those categories dissolved somewhere around Series B. What replaced them is something colder. A permanent orientation toward the next number, the next round, the next metric, the next version of the thing you can't stop building. You don't know who you would be if you stopped, so you don't stop. The 5th rule and the last one, you don't build $1 billion company. $1 billion company builds you into something efficient, decisive, and precise. What it costs to get there is not on any cap table. It is not in any term sheet. It is not in any press release. It is in the version of you that existed at 2 a.m., reading a starred bullet point, before any of this was real. Somewhere in a city that never stops moving, a laptop opens, 2 a.m. The document is titled, Ideas Do Not Share. There are 14 bullet points. Number 7 has a star. He reads it 3 times. He thinks this could be worth $1 billion. He is not wrong. He just doesn't know yet that $1 billion and everything it costs are the same thing. He closes the laptop. He opens it again. He starts building. The machine takes another founder.